So this one surprised. I guess it shouldn't surprise me, but it does kind of represent a shift maybe in the way that Disney's handling business with their brand. And this says Moon Knight is age restricted on Disney Plus. So as you guys know, recently Disney reacquired Daredevil, Defenders, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, all of the shows that were once on Netflix that were very clearly TVMA and not meant for kids. Because Disney owns the Marvel characters, they reacquired the rights to those shows, even though they were produced by Netflix. Now Disney owns those shows. So when they went on there, me and Miracle would have bet even odds that they wouldn't have put it there, that they would have put it on Hulu.
Yeah.
Because Hulu tends to be where Disney puts most of their less than
mature.
Yeah, they're more mature content. But they went all in and they put those shows on Disney Plus, and now Moon Knight is getting an age restricted put up age restriction on Disney Plus, signaling a more serious tone for the show. So it says fans may need to adjust their content ratings in the Disney Plus profile to watch the brutal show not attached to the rest of the MCU. That part I found interesting. Mm-hmm. As far as I know, the other shows, whether it be Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Hawkeye, all been connected to the MCU directly because they incorporate characters that are directly from the MCU. This one is clearly not. So it says, it's learned that when Moon Knight gets released Wednesday on Disney Plus, the series will be age restricted. What that means is that in order to view Moon Knight, users may have to adjust the content ratings for their profiles in the settings on Disney Plus. Users can set content ratings for each profile. Once set, shows movies rated higher than the profile's content rating will not be shown. So basically, you can set up your own profile for your kids with a TV whatever and lower, and it won't allow them to watch the show if that's the account they log into.
Yeah.
So that's I guess a good idea, but to me that's kind of crazy. So it says news of Moon Knight being age restricted on Disney Plus follows the Marvel Netflix shows coming to the streaming service, as we talked about before. And it says Moon Knight is brutal and being kept away from the rest of the MCU. So they want it to feel, I don't know how true that, like if that was done on purpose or if this is done as like a marketing ploy, but it says Kevin Feige and star Oscar Isaac recently revealed that Moon Knight is brutal, and producers revealed that the series is being kept away from the rest of the PG-rated MCU. He's brutal. Feige recently filled in Empire Magazine. It's been fun to work with Disney Plus and see how the boundaries are shifting on what we're able to do. There are moments in the series where Moon Knight is wailing on another character, and it is loud and brutal, and the knee-jerk reaction is, well, we're going to pull back on this, right? No, we're not pulling back. There's a tonal shift. This is a different thing. This is Moon Knight. It is risky, admitted Isaac. He's an obscure hero, and the things we're dealing with are very different. But because it's a limited series rather than a movie, the pressure isn't there to make an opening weekend as massive. That's good. Like that's what they should be doing with shows like this. They should be taking more chances, being more niche in the way they create their content, especially a place like Disney, which is known for the MCU and Disney for homogenizing most of their work, meaning it all kind of feels the same, right? So taking a chance to bring one outside of that spectrum is a good opportunity for them to perhaps win back some fans who have felt that the MCU has gone either politically correct or stale, depending on who you are. I tend to just think of it as stale now. Mm-hmm. So it says, there's no attachment to the current MCU. He's brand new and he's going on a brand new adventure, confirmed executive producer Grant Curtis. We really think the fans are going to enjoy it. There are multiple aspects of Moon Knight that are getting us internally jazzed at Marvel Studios, but one of the unique aspects of this character is taking Marvel Studios to its Iron Man and Tony Stark roots, and that was the character was obviously built from the ground up, and it is the same with Mark Spector. We're absolutely embracing the supernatural aspects of what was in publishing, the Egyptian gods, this ruthless Egyptian god that manipulates Mark to do his bidding. We're embracing all that. We love stuff that goes bump in the night. Whenever this stuff comes out, I tend to be like, okay, it sounds like PR. Mm-hmm. We'll see. This is one where I'm not sure if they're releasing all of them at one time. They're probably going to follow the Disney model and release one a week, or at least three the first. They'll release 3 at first and then the rest week to week until it's done. It might just be 1 episode a week. Yeah. We'll watch that. I think we can watch.
I'm excited for it. Like, legit, this is one of the shows I'm kind of excited for. Miss Marvel, I don't want to watch it, but I know you're going to make me watch it.
Yeah, probably. If for no other reason than I get to torture you.
See, that's my torture. He lets me watch, like, shitty shows, and I have to, like, then, like, halfway, where I'm almost done, he's like, I don't want to watch it anymore.
Which one did I do that on?
Santa Inc.
I didn't even make it halfway. I watched one episode and said, "Fuck this shit."
Santa Inc. And then there was another show that I watched all the way through, and it gave me like a migraine.
I couldn't even imagine watching Santa.
Dude, I got an aneurysm twice.
I bet.
Twice, and I knocked out in the car because I was watching it in the car while going shopping.
What was the other one
There was another show that I thought it was really gross.
that we watched?
Yeah,
Did we end up reviewing it?
I think we didn't. It was like we didn't even review it.
Well, from now on, you better just wait till I get through the first episode. To
Well,
see where it goes.
you know, I like to binge.
Well, that's not my fault. That's your own fault.
I like to binge, and then I get suffering
That's your
from
own,
it.
That's your own problem.
Meh.
All right, so we will watch Moon Knight. I do think that'll be good, but it is interesting to see Disney putting more time into and money into shows that don't follow the Disney line of traditionally children's programming. So we'll see where that goes. This was the one part of the Oscars I thought was quite interesting. Cult of Personality is very much alive and well in Hollywood, and that's because Zack Snyder won 2 Oscars in the fan favorite category, and they're like in the Oscars attempts to like be hello there fellow children or hello there fellow kids. They created like a fan favorite award on Twitter. Again, Twitter is where happiness and fun and rainbows go to die. But for the for the most part, it says barely a day goes by without Zack Snyder's. Oh, so it says having conquered the Oscars, Zack Snyder fans demand the Snyderverse is restored. Barely a day goes by without Zack Snyder's supporters turning the filmmaker into one of Twitter's hottest trending topics, and there's a distinct possibility that this calls to quote restore the Snyderverse would be the single top discussion thread on Twitter this morning. Were it not for Will Smith slapping the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth. Snyder's filmography has hardly endeared himself as a critical darling over the last 2 decades, but the man has a massive and incredibly vocal fan base who's powered him to victory in a pair of the most contentious categories in Academy Award history. The Oscar fan favorite has been a source of scorn and derision ever since it was announced because elitist celebrities and movie critics want you to believe that your opinion does not matter, and that somehow they know more than you when it comes to watching movies, which, as we all know, is bullshit. You don't have to know how to cook to know what tastes good. You don't have to know how to, you know what I'm saying, right? That it doesn't have to be something that you know.
You don't have to put your hand in water to know it's wet.
Exactly. So it says, so they were very mad about him basically the idea is that Army of the Dead was up for fan favorite, and what they're mad about that is because they don't actually care about Army of the Dead. They care about Zack Snyder's Justice League, which wasn't eligible for that award this year. So they feel like that was given in there by proxy, and then it actually did win the poll.
You predicted it. You were like, that's gonna win.
He's a very he has a way of, he's got very, very vocal fans who are also very mean to the people they don't like, but that's not my business. I'm not.
Fans are mean?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
No way. You
And
really?
I
want to see examples because I don't believe you.
Let's see. On top of that, Justice League came out on top of the Oscars cheer category. Maybe this might be
what
the
is
most.
That? The cheer category.
We'll go through it. So it says making Snyder a 2 for 2, as you can see from the reactions below. Snyderverse enthusiasts are using these victories as a springboard to renewed and even louder calls to demand the campaigns are finally answered. They really want the Snyderverse back. So basically, the cheer campaign. Do I have the other article pulled up? Where they talk about, it says the top 5 cheer-worthy moments in movies broke down. So like the options were Neo dodging bullets in The Matrix. Now this is for all movies, not just last year. Neo dodging bullets in The Matrix. Effie White singing I'm Telling You from Dreamgirls in 2006. I've never seen that. Avengers Endgame. The Avengers assemble to fight Thanos. And then Spider-Man No Way Home. 3 Spider-Men team up. And then Zack Snyder's Justice League. The Flash enters the Speed Force. There's no way. There is no way that should have won. But he's got very vocal fans.
Wow, dude.
So like, if any of these are probably, it would probably be Avengers Assemble because
I couldn't believe that didn't win.
The Matrix scene was iconic, but not necessarily something people cheered for in the theaters. But it just proves to you that Cult of Personality works, and Zack Snyder's fans are very, very vocal. I just thought this was funny. Because he's one of those, like, they hate, like, so many, like, commentators and especially entertainment journalists hate the Snyderverse fans because they can be very brash on Twitter, very vocal, but they've also done good once in a while when they raise money for charity. Like after his daughter committed suicide, they raised money
God.
for suicide prevention. So it says, I found this old article because I was like, I know about this stuff, but I would need to find an article to show you guys what I was talking about. A True North. Fans of Zack Snyder raised over $250,000 for suicide prevention. So it says fans of Zack Snyder have raised over $250,000 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention in honor of the director's late daughter. The fandom has routinely come together over the last 3 years to raise money and awareness. This initiative does not simply stop with the announcement of Zack Snyder's Justice League for HBO Max. It only grew. So basically, what they were doing is, as they were campaigning to get the Snyder cut of the Justice League made, they did charitable acts to bring good press to it, and eventually this worked and brought the studio around to giving Zack I think $20 million to finish the effects so that he could make his 4-hour cut of the Justice League, which wasn't bad but just very, very long. And so it just proves to you that a director, these people can have a very vocal fan base that can go a long way if you actually make stuff that makes your fans happy. Which is what he was looking to do. Now that does not
I'm glad they trolled the Oscars and
yes, that does not excuse the bad behavior. Because like I said, there's a whole bunch of examples of them being really mean to people on Twitter. They tend to be very fanatical. Not my problem. But like a lot of these comments, it says, "I'm sorry, but no." Avengers Assemble moment had audiences crying, shouting, and clapping. I almost think Spider-Man was more.
Yeah, that was the one I'd like. I think like the normies would like the Avengers Assemble, but like I enjoyed because I liked all 3 actors, man. I'm telling you.
Yep.
I always like Andrew Garfield.
Yep. So I think the top 3 would have actually been Andrew. It would have been Spider-Man, then Avengers, then Flash time traveling, I guess. But the time traveling one was not.
I don't really care about that.
Great. Yeah. And I'm more of a DC fan than most.
Yeah,
so.
but I'm a Batman stan all the way, but like.
Yep. Not even close to being iconic. They're right. Again, I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm saying that it just proves to you that the power that a celebrity or a director connecting with his audience can actually be. So,
that's good.
Yeah.
They're showing like
does not mean that they should act bad around that they should be mean to other people on Twitter, but that's the way things are sometimes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wrapping up the show with a nice little moral lesson.
Yes, yes. And we do what we can here. We do what we can
All
here.
right.
I apologize again for complaining about Halo.
No, that was the greatest thing ever.
That was the best segment. Absolutely.
I could have been more eloquent, but I wasn't. Deal with it. It's fine.
It's okay. We can buy brownies with gold leaf for only $31.95 a box of 10.
That's enough.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the meme that says I aspire to one day be rich enough that the price of beef jerky doesn't piss me off?
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's like basically so it's from the Oscars. No, not the Oscars. It's the Academy Awards goodie bag brownies. And I was searching up what flavors they had. So they have this 10 Belgium chocolate fudge brownies with a hint of coffee and topped with a golden leaf.
I want one.
Yeah, same.
And you can buy 10 of them, one box. Remember this, one box has 10 brownies and they're $31.95.
All right, let's do that right as we get off the air. Let's get off the air and go get brownies.
And it says free 2-day shipping when you order 2 boxes.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, we'll get one.
And they're all individually wrapped, so all of them stay fresh.
There we go.
So the moral of the story today is that celebrities may suck, but their goodie bags are fantastic.
And Dane's always right.
And Dane is always right.
That was an underlying lesson here as well.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.